Well, the countdown to a new year and a new decade is almost over. So many of us are thinking about New Year's resolutions. Travel is one of the top resolutions for 2020, right after exercising more, losing weight, and saving money, according to the online marketplace offers.com. Mark Ellwood is a contributing editor at Condé Nast Traveler. He is here to help us look at the big travel trends and locations that we should be going to, including space.
I was going to say, one of you're biased on this, right? You want to talk about space.
Yeah.
Would you take one of the first Virgin Galactic flights?
Okay, so I would not go on a private shuttle because I've seen, the mishaps and explosions of some of the private companies trying to go to space, but I would hitch a ride with NASA.
Oh, you see, which you could do, because I think what people don't realize is, yes, we've heard about space tourism, which sounds amazing, and Richard Branson has made it very much his world, Virgin Galactic. They say they will take passengers in 2020, paying $750,000 each. But NASA is also saying it will take passengers to the International Space Station. Jeff Bezos has a program that's going to trial it. Elon Musk, there's a lot of people.
What are some of the other trends?
Are you an Airbnb kind of person?
Never done Airbnb. I did it a couple of times, but sometimes it feels a little not clean enough.
So
You're so nice about it.
I was going to say that was.
I had another word in my mind, and I thought again.
It can be hit and miss, right?
I was going to say, this decade has seen us trial that. I would say that in 2020 and beyond, we're seeing a new kind of accommodation called the home-tel. So it's a home that feels like a hotel. So effectively, companies like Domio and Vive let you rent an apartment from someone, but you get all the back end of a hotel. You get concierge service 24/7, you get maid service, you can have the fridge stocked however you want. So you're seeing that sort of hybrid of it. And also, what about a poshtel? A poshtel.
Can
you define that, please?
I'm glad you would ask.
With a little accent, can you define that, please?
A posh hostel. So in other words, this is somewhere that historically, it's somewhere you would think, oh, this is a bit of a flea-baggy place to stay when you're 19.
Yeah.
These hotels, these hostels, have bunk beds, and they realized families would love bunk beds if we would up our game. So now these posh hostels with bunk beds, clean rooms, private bathrooms, you and your family can stay there. The Generator in Miami, Lifehouse, that kind of thing.
What about Rwanda? I saw that was also a top place to travel. When I think of Rwanda, I still think of the genocide, but there have been a lot of developments and new parks and...
I was on assignment in Rwanda in January, and I think you're absolutely right. We immediately remember Rwanda of the 90s. The strategy to rebuild the country has been really long and very careful, and they've brought tourism in as a pillar.
Yeah.
And essentially, there's going to be a new flight from JFK to Kigali, the capital, a direct.
Wow.
Should be starting this year. And Rwanda is a bucket list place. You are going to spend quite a lot of money when you're there because they want it to be a sustainable process. They are saying, come see the gorillas, come see the chimpanzees, but we want your grandchildren to see them too. So we're going to charge you $1,500 for that experience, and it will support conservation.
That's amazing. I really want to see the gorillas in Rwanda.
Oh, magical.
Okay, great. We'll talk later. So thinking about sustainability, as you were mentioning, should we all do like Greta Thunberg and try not to fly?
Okay. Here is the way I would approach that. I think Greta Thunberg has raised some really interesting questions about sustainability. Travel at the moment, most estimates say it contributes about 2% of carbon emissions, so it isn't this enormous problem compared to some other industries, but we should all make efforts. I would encourage everyone, if you are flying, think about single-use plastics. Airlines and flights use an awful lot of those throwaway cups, and that's a big problem. Cruise ships and flights are trying not to do that. Norwegian has said from tomorrow, there'll be no single-use plastics on the cruises. I always say to people, buy a water bottle, take that with you when you travel, and that is a little gesture. If you feel, if your mom lives in California, you're gonna have to fly, take a water bottle.
That's
so
a good
the little
idea.
things.
Is there a trend that we saw in 2019 that you don't think will continue in 2020?
That's a great question. I think some of the home sharing stuff where it feels like we're only going to stay at Airbnb. It felt like Airbnb had killed the hotel. I think we're learning, oh no, it means that there's all these new options. So don't worry, the hotels aren't going away.
Stay open-minded, right? All right.
Exactly. Always.
Happy New Year.
You too.
Mark Ellwood, thank you so much.